Yes, sir. YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, podcast listeners all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cap and Crown, episode 50. No Greg Anthony.
Hey.
Listen, man, you just here, man, to talk all things NBA. Welcome you guys here to have the same conversation with us. Do us a favor, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Also, too, man, everybody hit them likes for us, man. Help us get the likes up today. So we can build that algorithm up to find more NBA fans like yourselves, man. We're here to talk about all things new, all things old, debates, hot topics, whatever it is, man. We're here to talk about it, man. Anything NBA related. All right, King. You ready to get to it, man? Got a pretty good one today.
Yes, sir.
Got a pretty interesting one today. But before we do that, man, let's show some love to the sponsor of the channel.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at FANATICS. FANATICS is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem when your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and FANATICS exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Yes, sir. Man, King, whenever we talk about the legends, man, you have this thought, this idea in your head of how the legends were, and the teams they played for, the greatest moments and all that stuff in a particular team's jersey. But every once in a while, man, you kind of get stumped when you find out that certain player didn't play on that team forever.
Mm-hmm.
They went to teams that a lot of people didn't even know they played for, man. So we're gonna be here today, man, kind of highlighting some of those, man. Talking about legends playing in the wrong jersey, King. What kind of jersey you playing in, man? What's going on out here? But we got to classify this man under let's debate. All right, man. So we got a list of players here, man, that we gonna kind of break down here. The teams they originated from, the team that they were known for. Then we're gonna show the team that they went to that a lot of people didn't know about. And we're gonna find out why they went to that team. How they end up leaving the team that they're known for this obscure team. So this is what we're gonna do, King. Let's start off with your favorite center of all time, Pat Ewing. What are you doing? Bars. So check this out. This is why Pat ended up in Orlando. He went from New York to Orlando. Actually, he went from New York to Seattle to Orlando. Ended up in Orlando. I think a lot of people already didn't even realize he was in Seattle. You know, when you think of Patrick Ewing, you think of New York. New York. No Jay-Z. So check this out, man. Patrick Ewing ended up on the Orlando Magic as a free agent, King, in 2001 offseason. After playing one season with the Seattle Supersonics, the move came 1 year after the request to be traded from the New York Knicks, who had sent him to Seattle in a 4-team deal in 2000. Well, King, what you think about this, man? You remember this? What's your thoughts on this?
Yep, I remember this. I told you BA, huge Tracy McGrady fan, so he went to Orlando with T-Mac, so I definitely remember him ending his career. I think that's where he retired. Well, I think he may have went back to New York or whatever. He may have did a little signing or something like that, but I think he really played his last game for real in Orlando, I believe.
Yeah. I don't think he went back to New York. I think he actually was in.
Okay, so he did. So he just was.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah,
I think I would probably remember that part. Because a lot of times people like the Garnetts of the world who go back to their team and finish out their career with the team that they drafted them or whatever. I definitely remember this, man. This actually followed up. Remember, Ewing got hurt in '99.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when the Knicks went on that run to the finals, the lockout year? Got hurt. It just really wasn't the same after that. I think they ended up drafting Marcus Camby as kind of like that, that future piece, man, to take Ewing's spot, because they kind of knew Ewing was kind of on his last leg there. He started getting hurt more and more towards the end of his career. And then, like I said, it hurt him in '99. I think if he had a prior play, that probably would have helped him a little bit more. But I think at that time he was 30, I want to say like 6 or 7.
Yeah, he was
something
older.
like that. Yeah, he was up there. So, yeah, man. I know you been looking for the Patrick Ewing Seattle Supersonic jersey and Orlando Magic jersey, bro. I don't even know if you can find that jersey.
I,
If you can find it, you would be an OG for of life.
I remember them selling the Orlando jerseys, but yeah, it's probably real hard to find it.
You think Mr. Ness got it?
Maybe, but yeah, I thought New York Knicks didn't draft no damn Marcus Camby.
Oh, they didn't?
Nah,
Who did you get drafted by?
Toronto.
How did he end up in New York?
That was after that. He was drafted 96 in Toronto.
Wait, when did Damon Stoudemire get drafted?
I'm not sure, but I know Marcus was drafted in that Kobe draft in Toronto.
Yeah, he was in the Kobe draft. Why did I not remember that? I remember him being drafted in the Kobe draft. I said, why don't I remember him being drafted to Toronto? That's crazy. What did he do in Toronto?
He played 2 years. He was respectable. But hold on one second. Stoudemire was drafted 95, the year before.
95. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
so it was the year before. And let me see real quick. Marcus Camby in Toronto. He gave you 15 a game as a rookie. That's what I'm saying. He shot 48% from the field. Gave you 15.
Bro, why do I remember
6
that? That's
rebounds.
crazy.
Yeah, he was a Toronto Raptor. That's what Marcus Camby was supposed to be nice. Nice. Like he wasn't like a bad player, but people thought Marcus Camby was gonna be nice.
Wait, wasn't he? Oh, no, never mind. I better say, I remember he played for UMass. He put UMass on the map. So, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I cannot believe I don't remember him playing for Toronto. You finna get you a Marcus Camby Toronto jersey now, huh? As you found out.
She did. That was one of the guys that did. Toronto had a lot of guys in them Raptors jerseys, them old ones.
Yeah, bro.
Stoudemire, like I said,
Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady, yep, Camby,
Carter.
yep, Vince Carter.
Your boy Junkyard Dog.
But I want, Jake. That was my dude though. And I used to love. I used to like Vince Carter though. Used to watch Toronto Angle. Like he's the hustle guy. He's that one guy you need in your team, the JYD and all. So Junkyard Dog was good.
That just go out there and get you to make the dirty plays. That's all you need
Rebounds
to do.
and all that stuff and all that. Yeah, but I definitely want that. I really want that. Well, never mind. We're gonna talk about that later on. I almost gave a spoiler alert. So.
Let's see, man. What we got next? We're gonna talk about this person here, Hakeem, the Dream, Elijah One. That's my favorite center of all time, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, King. So check this out. Let me see if I can find it here. It is this one right here. So check this out. Hakeem is known for, of course, playing in crap, my bad. Got the wrong thing up here. I'm supposed to do this first. Now we gotta add Hakeem up here. So Hakeem was known, of course, for playing for the Houston Rockets, as everybody know. Ended up on the Toronto Raptors. This is a crazy one right here. Not too crazy because I mean, like, look, a lot of these guys, like the Patrick Ewings and Hakeems of the world, they were older. I mean, they were on their last leg. They kind of still wanted their respect. You know what I'm saying? The respect factor because of what they did for those franchises and for the league. So they kind of were expecting a certain pay. Kind of like with what's one name, like Klay Thompson or somebody like that. Remember how he kind of felt, I did all this for the franchise, thought maybe you would look out for me. Kind of another player on this list is the same way, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. But so check this out though, bro. Hakeem Olajuwon ended up on the Toronto Raptors through a sign and trade deal in August of 2001 after he refused a $13 million contract extension from the Houston Rockets. The Rockets, looking to get younger, traded their legendary franchise player to Toronto for future draft picks, while the Raptors signed Olajuwon to a 3-year, $18 million contract to form a big three with Vince Carter and Antonio Davis.
Your boy, Antonio Davis.
And then it split up the Davis brothers in 2001. Think about that, man. What you remember about this whole Hakeem Olajuwon playing the Robin to Vince Carter?
This was he wasn't Robin. He was Alfred.
Oh man.
Yeah, at this point, Antonio Davis was Robin at that point. he was the all-star guy and all that stuff. Hakeem Olajuwon had been at this point. Hakeem Olajuwon was nowhere near an all-star when he played for Toronto. I want that jersey though. That's what I was talking about earlier, as far as jersey. That Hakeem Olajuwon Toronto jersey. But I remember this being a big Vince Carter fan. So I remember Hakeem Olajuwon being on the team, being excited for that, see how that'll work. It was some flashes. It was nice to see him playing there, seeing Hakeem Olajuwon, but like I said, he was nowhere near the same. Like he wasn't even like Jordan in Washington at this point when he played in Toronto. So yeah, I mean the Rockets, and the crazy thing about the Rockets is that they were beefing with Hakeem. Well, Hakeem and the Rockets were beefing before they even won the championship. Like between, I should say, them going
Matter
to
of
the
fact,
finals in the late
the
'80s.
year leading up to the championship
Yeah,
year.
and then leading up to the championship, they were damn near about to break up then. And it's crazy how Hakeem's career would have been probably different if those championships didn't happen. It was 2 years, bro. Like, but that changed everything. So shout out to the dream, bro.
He was mad because they weren't giving him no help.
Yeah, they didn't give him any help, and then he went out
Remember
there.
when they lost Ralph Sampson? That was it.
After Ralph Sampson, it was like, damn, Houston, we have a problem. And
then wouldn't give him the contract he was asking for.
Yep.
Which is why he went nuclear there in that playoff run, leading to the final, the first championship run. Before they got Clyde. It's like, bro, like you disrespecting me out here, man. I you know what I'm saying, he out here pouring his heart and soul. We read the dude's numbers off well, a couple shows ago. We talked about it, bro. Like the dude was stupid. The only player in history that was close to getting what was it? What's it called again?
Quadruple.
Not quadruple, but what's the other one?
I'm sorry, quintuple.
Quintuple. He was the only person like really close to getting that, bro. So we know how talented Hakeem Olajuwon was. The one player I think Jordan said before that he kind of fears was Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hold on
So,
a second.
but now while you doing that, I'm gonna go to this next one here. Let me see what we got. But yeah, that's a Hakeem Olajuwon going from the Rockets, of course, to the Toronto Raptors. I want to ask you a question before when you. Oh, they got technical difficulty, y'all. Give us a second here. You good now?
Yeah, I'm back.
I was going to ask you this question: should Hakeem have retired
after he was done
Rockets?
with the Rockets?
Yeah.
No, he had to retire. This didn't change anything. This as far as the Houston Rock, Toronto Raptors, it didn't change anything in his career. It's not like you said, a bunch of people don't even know.
Well, no, not that. It's just like he was nowhere close to what he used to be.
No, he wasn't. Do you feel like he was? So do you feel like, I can't remember that. Like that last year in Houston was, I don't say he was trash because he wasn't even trash when he was with Toronto. He ain't trash. I would never say that. But was he? How was he in that last year in Houston? Why can't I remember?
He was hurt off and on that last year.
Yeah, I feel like he was hurt a lot. But what was his numbers? Was he still?
He wasn't the number one option. He should have been the number one. I equated to, remember when Dirk was toward the end of his career?
Yeah.
And we were still asking why in the hell is he a number one option? Like we should have been had somebody pass him up or whatever, to make him more of a utility guy, or whatever.
Yeah, he was like an 18, I think, wasn't he? Like an 18-point guy and all at that point. Like you said, like Dirk and all. Yeah.
I think. So yeah, like he wasn't.
He probably should have retired.
You know how it is too, bro. When you get to that age, you don't have the same impact that you had when you was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like
you don't want to believe it.
Yeah, you know how it is, bro. I still got some. Like you said, if you put him like 18 or whatever, then you still think you kind of got it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think at that time he was like 37 or something like that. So
yeah, he probably should have.
He probably should have retired. Yeah,
he should have retired.
Because I don't think he didn't play out that full 3 years.
No, I don't think he did either. Nah,
so,
I don't think
he might have even made it past one.
Yeah, I think he might play one. That's what I'm thinking.
So I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. Maybe he should have retired. He probably should have retired. But yeah, let's see what the next one is, man. I'm gonna save him for the last. This dude, let's talk about your boy. Where he at? Scottie Pippen in the building, man. He went from the Chicago Bulls, of course, to the Houston Rockets. This is a famous trade right here. This is one of those examples you hear those people talk about when they talk about super teams. So check this out, man. This is what happened with Scottie Pippen, man. Let's see if we can show the folks this. So Scottie Pippen ended up on the Rockets through a sign and trade deal in January of 1999 as mid-season trade. After Michael Jordan's second retirement from the Chicago Bulls, he signed a large contract with the Rockets, joining forces with Hakeem Olajuwon and Charles Barkley to form a big three. However, the move was a disappointment due to team chemistry issues, Pippen's poor relationship with Barkley, and his frustration with his offensive role, leading to a trade to the Portland Trail Blazers after the 98-99 season. That's crazy. He played a half a season with the Rockets, bro, then went to Portland.
No, he played the entire season.
Oh, it said he got traded. He did a signing trade with the Rockets in January '99, but then went to the Portland Trail Blazers after the 98-99 season.
Yeah, so he played the whole season. That was a sign and trade at the beginning of the year.
Okay,
After
I'm
the
tripping. Okay, yeah.
after the what is last dance year, he did a sign and trade with the Rockets. So he played one season with the Rockets and then bounced. Before I give my opinion, which one of the jerseys would be tougher? Scottie Pippen Rockets or Scottie Pippen Blazer?
Yeah, Rockets. I like the Rocket one.
The Rocket, yeah. I need to find that Scottie Pippen Rocket. But I remember this, bro. This is supposed to be the next. This is the failed version of KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen. Three guys trying to, get together towards the end of their career and get it done. But like they said, in circumstances, I think Charles Barkley quad blew out. And then, like you say, him and Pippen didn't get along. And then Hakeem Olajuwon wasn't that Hakeem anymore as far as like even with one of those guys and Hakeem back in, 95, 94, probably would have been enough to compete in the West still. But
because matter of fact, I want to say because I was watching, I forgot who I was watching, man. He mentioned their ages. I think Hakeem was 37, Pippen was 34, Barkley I think was 35.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they were up there. They were older than 35. Or
so
there.
If they around there, yeah. So if they had got together, like you said, maybe when Olajuwon back in like 94, 95 would have been a different story. I think they waited a little bit too late to finally team up, but I don't blame them, especially like Charles Barkley trying to get that last opportunity to get that championship. So
even
that literally was his last chance.
If 96 say instead of Jordan coming back and winning those three, Scottie would have left and went to the Rockets with Charles Barkley, they'd have been unstoppable. They probably would have won them three. You feel me?
Yeah, because Barkley still was effective at that time.
Yeah. So. Barkley, like I said, Barkley basically was done when he went to the Rockets.
Yeah.
That's what ended Charles Barkley. He was there a year before Scottie Pippen. So
yeah.
And that year, that first year without Scottie wasn't trash. Like the first year without Scottie, he wasn't Charles Barkley, but again, he wasn't trash.
That's when they also had Clyde Drexler, and he was on his last leg.
Yes.
Yeah. So, because remember, like I said, that was his last year. He retired. And then the next year when they got Scottie or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know if you remember, bro. You remember when Jordan came back and played for the Wizards, and he tried to convince Charles Barkley to come out of retirement and play with him.
Yeah.
Remember that? I remember that, bro. I was like, yo, that's gonna be instant. We see both of them on the court. And I remember Charles Barkley said he would have, but he's not even in shape no more. He didn't even work out, do nothing. He really didn't feel like it. So
I feel like Houston almost made the finals that year, right? In 90, was it 98? They almost made the finals, or 97 when they almost made the finals. They lost to Utah.
Yeah, they lost to Utah with that Stockton 3.
That was 98, right? That was Charles Barkley in there. That was the year. That was the last dance year. It was almost Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde. Was Clyde still there? No, I mean Clyde was there, bro.
Yeah, Clyde was there. Remember, he played that year, and then the next year is when they got Scottie.
He played 98. I thought. Hold up. So Clyde won a chip, and then played 3 years with Houston after that.
Yeah, he played when they went in 95.
Yeah, I don't think you sure he played that many years with them.
Hold on, let me see.
Because I don't feel like Clyde played that many years after that with Houston. I feel like he retired basically after he won a championship. I think so. But yeah. Either way, when Charles Barkley was there though with Hakeem, he had damn near went to the finals. Like I think they lost to Utah in Game 7. So yeah, time, man. Situations and injuries and all. It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, like I
Could
said,
you,
if they
could you
had just
imagine that, bro?
3 seasons from 95 to 98.
5.
So at the end of 98, and then that was it. And then remember, Pippen came in at the 98-99 season.
How though? Jordan won 98 is the last year Jordan championship, right?
Mhm.
Drexler won the championship before Jordan was there, right?
Yeah, he won in 90. No, he won in 95. That was the year Jordan got beat by Orlando in
Yeah,
the second
so
round.
and then Jordan won 3 after that. So he
Yeah,
couldn't have been in 98.
that's what it say right here.
That'd have been 4 years, right?
You say he retired after the 97-98 season.
What?
Yeah,
That
95. Because I remember him playing. He was there a year before Pippen got there.
Yeah,
It
but
was
how
Drexler, and then that very next year was Pippen.
do you understand what I'm saying though? Wouldn't that be 4 years then?
Because think about it too. Jordan won in 97-98, right?
Mhm.
Pippen went to the Rockets in 98-97. I'm
I
sorry, I
know,
said 98-97.
1999.
98-99.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is Jordan won 98, right? He
Mhm.
won 97 and he won 96, right?
Yeah.
Hakeem won 95, right?
Mhm.
Wouldn't that be
With
4
Drexler.
years in Houston then?
I guess so.
Do you feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying? If he won in
yeah.
95, ain't that 4 years in Houston then?
Yeah. Because he won it. Yeah, the end of 95.
Yeah, it was 94, 95 season. Then
94,
95,
95,
96,
96,
96,
96,
97,
97, and
97,
97,
98, right?
98. Yeah. Unless they're saying that, because remember he got traded mid-season, didn't he?
Yes, Clyde did get traded midseason. You're right. You're right. So that
Yeah.
might so
Like
it's
in
three
like
and a half
January
seasons.
or something like
Yes,
that. Yeah.
he
Because
did.
I remember
He did because they got
yeah,
mad in the middle of the season. So that's
yep,
probably
man.
why they
I remember
counted
they struggled
three
early,
and a half.
remember?
You're right.
They were like, I
You're
don't think
right.
it's gonna work or whatever. Then they
You're right.
turned it on in the playoffs. Yeah.
You're right. That's why
I just
it
thought
ain't
about that.
4
Yeah.
years. It's 3.5. You're right. You're right.
So they had both. They got Clyde mid-season, then they got Pippen mid-season.
Yeah,
Excuse me, probably around the same time, both in like
bro.
January. So
Can you imagine? That would have been one of the best. That'd have been one of the highest like rated finals of all time if that Rockets team would have made it to the finals. Michael
so what Pip?
Jordan,
Oh, talking
Scotty,
about
and
Pippen?
Rodman on one side. No. Talking about
Oh, he's
without
talking
Pippen
about
the year before.
oh
When I said
yeah.
98 with even Charles Barkley when they could have made it, you'd have had Hakeem, Charles, and Clyde Drexler on one side against Mike Rodman and Scottie Pippen, bro. In 98. That almost happened. That's a what if.
Uh, Stockton said, "I'm gonna make this what if shot
Yeah, man.
and
We
shut
got
all that up."
Utah again. We didn't need Utah again, bro. Not from the lose.
Mm,
We should have got Houston, bro.
mm.
But
Speaking of Houston, man, I was playing this game for no Houston. But check this out, man. We got Dennis Rodman in the building, King. He went from the Bulls to the Lakers, man. Also played for the Mavs for a little bit, literally a little bit. It was like half a season. I don't think it was a half a season,
yeah.
yeah. So check this out, man. Dennis Rodman joined the Lakers in February of '99 after the Bulls dynasty disbanded, with the Lakers hoping his rebounding and defensive skills would complement Shaq and Kobe. However, Rodman's tenure was chaotic, marked by problematic behavior like lateness and missed practices, leading the Lakers to waive him in April of '99, ending his short, turbulent stint with the team. Definitely remember this. I think at this time, I think Rodman was just done, bro. I
Yeah,
think
he
he
was
was
out of
done.
it.
I don't think he really
He
cared no
didn't
more.
have Jordan and Phil and all them
Kind of
the
reel
real
him in.
men. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Rodman was out of it. He was a 5-time champion, bro. Like that's Rodman. But I remember these jerseys. I remember Rodman going through this period. Like you said, what was it, 67 with the Mavs and all that. So and plus Rodman already played for teams beforehand.
60, 70 with the Mavs.
It was 70. My bad. He won at
I remember
69.
he
Yeah.
won the 69. Yeah,
He
the
won
league
at
said
69, he
no.
got 70. But yeah, so I remember that. Like you said, he had already, like I was saying though, he already played with teams before then though. So I didn't always think of Rodman as like a Chicago Bull. I even remember the Detroit Pistons and the San Antonio Spurs when he actually started coloring his hair and all that. San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I think they got him on this list probably because like it's a short tenure he had with him.
Yeah,
You know what
with
I'm saying?
both them teams afterwards, but yeah,
Yeah, because he was from February to April with the Lakers, and then from like
that's actually
shoot, we didn't. Even, I didn't even. I think the Magic picked him up.
that's another one, man. Damn, I need to get my jersey collecting tip again. Pause. I it'd be nice
Oh,
to get every jersey of Dennis Rodman's, bro. Every team.
I seen that jersey before.
Which one?
That
The
one,
Laker.
and
Ooh,
I seen the Maverick one.
say the Laker, Maverick, that San Antonio Spur one.
Now, if you can find a Spur, I ain't never seen nobody with a Spur one.
That'd be nice, bro.
But yeah, if you can get that one and that Mav one, bro, you be the OG of all OGs, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what we got next, King. It don't stop. So check this out, man. We got your favorite shooting guard of all time. We got Dwayne Wade in the building, man. So you know about his story. Went from the Heat to Cleveland. I'm sorry, he went from the Bulls. He went from the Heat to the Bulls because he wanted to go back home to Chicago. Then he went to Cleveland to team up with his boy LeBron. So check this out. Dwayne Wade joined the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2017 after agreeing to a buyout with the Chicago Bulls, reuniting with former teammate LeBron James to chase another NBA championship. He saw the move as an opportunity to compete for a title, but later regretted the decision to sign with the Cavaliers when he was traded back to Miami later that season. So, King, you out here feeling sorry for this man, bro. What you think
Why
about
should
this, man?
it was cool. I wanted Dwayne Wade. We talking about these jerseys. I love these type of jerseys. I wanted Dwayne Wade in Chicago. I don't want the Cleveland one. But that Chicago one, I actually thought that Chicago team was going to win a playoff series because Rondo again was playoff Rondo,
You know
but
why?
Rondo got hurt, didn't he?
Was it Yeah, Rondo got hurt. Maybe the first two games they won, and as soon as he
Yeah,
got hurt, they lost.
it
Yeah,
was done. That's what I'm saying.
he was balling
Rondo
that
was
series.
playoff Rondo like always, man. I think Rondo's in the Hall of Fame, but one day. Um,
What I thought you were gonna say, use your favorite catchphrase when it comes to Hall of Fame.
Vlade Divac.
There you go. That's what I was waiting on. If
I
Vlade in
mean,
there, then they should
if
have
Vlade,
Rondo in there.
hold on. If Vlade is in there, should Rondo
Uh-huh.
not be in there?
No, I said that before the whole Vlade thing. He should have been in there, especially when he won
Okay.
that second ring. Yeah, he should have been in there.
Okay. So he should be in there. All right. So as long I don't think obviously not first ballot and all that stuff, but Rondo should be in the Hall of Fame eventually. But yeah, I mean, Dwayne Wade was just done. He was towards the end of his career. You knew his time was coming up, I should say, about to be done. So yeah, man, he was just going around hanging out with LeBron and all that. That whole year was crazy because it was like so many
Yeah,
people just went to Cleveland and then was just gone and was like,
at the trade
man,
deadline, man,
yeah,
they
like,
swapped all of them out.
and David Griffin got like all of them in the off season the year before. So it was like,
And
damn,
then
you
he
just
ended up, can't remember if he got fired or he quit. And then that's when Kobe Altman came in, and he's the one who traded all them people.
you
And,
said David Griffin trash.
I'm gonna let you say that. No, what I'm gonna say. Oh, and this is around the time too when D Wade kind of realized he was a six man.
Yeah,
What's his name? What's the coach name? I'm blanking. Ty Lue on the podcast said that he went to him, not Ty Lue to Wade, Wade to Ty Lue. Said he went to him and was like, "Yeah, let me go ahead and come off the bench." That's when he realized that. Then he started coming off the bench there in Cleveland, and then of course he came off the bench for the rest of his career in Miami. So yeah,
wasn't that behind your guy? You got Josh Richardson.
Justin Winslow.
Was behind Josh? No, it was Josh, wasn't it? Josh Richardson.
No, I don't think Josh was there at the time.
He wasn't there when
I think,
Wade was on the bench.
no, I think he was in Philadelphia at that time.
Yeah, he might have been.
I know you getting the Philadelphia Josh Richardson jersey real soon.
Absolutely not, bro.
Shout out to Fanatics.
Shout, y'all gonna hear me say this, and this will be one of the last times I ever say this again. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Nico, bro, for getting rid of Josh Richardson. I did not think Josh Richardson was gone, bro. I swear.
I was like, yo, he about to opt in. Somebody gonna opt into these hands, dog. I'm tired of this, man. Then next thing we know, you get the alert, like, yo, he out of here. What?
Oh my goodness. Shout out to Nico for that one, though, bro, for real.
Nico.
So I say Nico made that one major move, but I ain't gonna act like he wasn't out here in these streets making great moves, man. He was.
Exactly, bro. But yeah, I'm with you. Chicago. I think their issue too, man. They didn't have enough floor spacers.
Yeah.
Wade not a floor spacer. Jimmy not a floor
Jimmy Butler,
spacer.
Rondo.
Rondo not a floor spacer. So they didn't have enough floor spaces to kind of help with that kind of that compact mid range game that those guys like to play in. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, listen, at least he got to go home, man. He got to go home. I think one of the things he wanted to do. Remember, there was rumors that him and LeBron were going to go to Chicago and team up with D Rose before they all decided to go to Miami. So
Yeah.
that would have been interesting. But yeah, man, like I said, shout out to D Wade, man, for going back to Chicago. I'm glad he got to close out his career with Miami. I think he played a couple more years with
Yeah.
Miami before he retired. So
Yeah.
all right, man. Let's see what we got next, bro.
Do they count that? Do they count the All-Star games for Dwayne Wade and Dirk?
And Dirk, yeah, they count.
Should they?
I mean, if you ask somebody 10 years down the line, are they gonna care? Are they gonna know?
No, but I mean, shouldn't they know that though? Like that's kind of. Come on, man. They was giving that off. Like,
I mean, they're legends, so I guess it don't really,
yeah, it's true, but like every legend should be given the extra All-Star. And that's the case. You feel me?
Oh,
like,
they
like,
are. Did you see
me,
Grant Hill, who didn't play for like 10 years, bro, was in the All-Star game every year?
I'm just saying he should have got another one at the end of his career. Should have said, throw in the extra one for me real quick. I need one. That's all I'm saying. Every legend would say that. Damn.
I think it too was like some kind of a different circumstance too, because Dirk and D Wade had that history.
Yeah,
they both were retiring at the same time, and they both was on their teams or whatever.
And they just gave him a free All-Star. And nobody talks about it, bro. Like they literally gave them an All-Star.
I have no idea what you're talking.
I don't know
what you're talking about, bro.
I'm sorry.
We
can continue. I'm sorry, bro.
I've never heard that before in my life. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm snitching over here.
Let's get to this next one, man. Shout out to Steven Jackson, bro. Tony Parker, bro. Tony Parker. He he went from the Spurs to the Hornets. Now, how he went and the whole circumstances behind it might be a little messed up, but let's go ahead and see what they talking about with this. Tony Parker ended up on the Charlotte Hornets as a free agent back in 2018. He shouldn't have went. By signing a 2-year deal for $10 million, King. He chose the Hornets to have a larger role after losing his starting position with the San Antonio Spurs to DeJounte Murray. And because his idol, Michael Jordan, owned the team, he also reunited with former Spurs assistant James Borrego.
Borrego?
Okay. Maybe. No, Borrego. Now the Hornets head coach and French national teammate Nicolas Batum. I remember that too. All right, King. So I guess when I threw out Steven Jackson's name because he's went on multiple podcasts. I mean, if you want to take him for what he says, I mean, this is what he says.
DeJounte Murray says it too.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize. And DeJounte said it too. They said that supposedly instead of him embracing DeJounte and trying to teach him and lead him, he decided to pout and go to another team, which is crazy. Do you even remember him being on the Hornets, or you try to erase that out your mind and say no, he was Spurs the whole time?
No, I remember him being on the Hornets. That ain't that long ago. That was when Luke and him was like drafted there. All right, yeah, I remember him going to the Hornets.
You just can't help him out and erase it out your mind, bro. You just stick to one team. Bro?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like there are tears to folks, and Tony ain't on that tier to me, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Keep it real, like.
Jesus Christ!
I mean,
shots fired, bro.
Love Tony and all. It's all great, but
hold on, I didn't do nothing. Don't shoot at me, bro. I'm just trying to.
We're gonna pretend like Tony Parker is still. I mean, when Tony Parker, part of his mystique was his like his longevity and his lore with the San Antonio Spurs. Like you feel me? Like he's a great player, but he helped drive the bus one time. He got to the point where he helped drive the bus, but. Well, he ain't no regular like bus driver or nothing like that. He ain't Jason Kidd.
Oh no.
Okay, well,
what hold on, the disrespect is wild. What tier do you have him on, bro?
I mean,
like, what would you say? What other player would you put him on a tier with? Put it like that.
Man, that's crazy.
I feel some disrespect.
Is he higher than Chris Paul, or was he on Chris Paul tier? Or was he lower than Chris Paul?
Bro, you trying to get me killed in the comment section, bro. A lot of people got Chris Paul top 5, bro.
Okay, so Let me see. So let's go. We beyond Chris Paul then. So that's what I'm saying. Why are we talking about this guy with his jersey? Then if he's not there, if he's not at Chris Paul, let's go. Think of another. He's not Jason Kidd. You already said that.
You know where I got Jason Kidd at, but go ahead.
What about? I don't want to say his name because it's going. What about Damian Lillard?
Oh, you know, I thought you was gonna say Chauncey Billups. Who I thought you was gonna say, bro?
Chauncey. That's he better than Chauncey Billups.
Okay, I'm waiting on you to say. Okay,
he better than Chauncey Billups, man.
Who'd you say?
What about like Damian Lillard?
I'm gonna say yes.
So you're saying yes, he's better, or Damian Lillard is better than him?
Yes.
I'm going to say Damian Lillard is better than Tony Parker.
That's what I wanted to say.
I'm going to say Damian Lillard is better than Tony Parker.
I just don't want you to disrespect Tony Parker no more. That's all.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm just telling the facts, bro. Like, so I think Dame is better than him. That's that level. Yeah, I remember he on the Charlotte Hornets. He went and signed with the Charlotte Hornets. I remember a whole bunch of stuff. I remember stuff that's not basketball related. Like I remember Tony Parker for what Tony Parker was supposed to be doing.
Basketball.
I'm not talking. I'm not going to talk off the court. I'm just telling you that I remember all the stuff that Tony Parker was supposedly associated with. So, hey, Tony Parker.
We get reminded about it every day on All the Smoke.
Yeah, so
every time about the weather outside, now suddenly you just go right back to
Tony Parker. Yep.
Hey, bro, come on, man.
Low hanging fruit, bro. Boys.
I guess so, bro.
Tony Parker.
But yeah, Tony Parker, man, on the Charlotte Hornets, man. He should have stayed in San Antonio, bro.
When he went to Charlotte, he wasn't better than Kemba. And Kemba not on that tier. No knock to Kemba.
Wait, did he start?
I believe he did. I think he started beside Kemba. I think they put Kemba like the 2. That was a small like backcourt.
I don't know about that one, bro.
Yeah, explains. I mean, it's Charlotte.
Oh, right.
I love Charlotte. I love Charlotte as far as the place, but it's the Hornets. I should say that. Let me say it that way.
That's why I said it explains a lot.
Yeah.
Let's check out this next one here, man. The glove. Got Gary Payton, man. Lock him down. So he went from Seattle Supersonics to the Bucks, man. This is a pretty interesting one right here. I think this was like 2 disgruntled players getting traded for each other, bro.
Yeah.
So let's check this out here, man. So Gary Payton ended up on the Milwaukee Bucks because the Seattle Supersonics traded him to Milwaukee at the 2003 NBA trade deadline in exchange for Ray Allen, Ronald Murray, Kevin Ollie, and conditional picks. The Sonics made the trade because Payton was on an expiring contract and they wanted to get value for him rather than risk losing him in free agents. Yeah, because he was thinking about leaving, bro. So
who won that trade?
Probably Seattle. Because
probably.
I would say because Gary didn't stay long. Remember?
Yeah, ain't no problem.
He left that. I believe he left after that year. It then went to Miami.
Let me ask you this: at any point,
that's after. Yeah.
No, he went to LA, didn't he? He went
LA.
To LA.
Yeah, LA. My bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Forget about that. But at any point from this season on, right? From that season, 2003, was Gary Payton better than Ray Allen?
No, he was declining. He came off the bench for Miami.
So he wasn't better than Ray Allen from that point on.
Remember, you saw what he did with LA.
I know. So you say even in Milwaukee, he wasn't better than Ray Allen in Seattle. You saying, right?
No.
Okay, so they gave up Ray Allen and picks for Gary Payton. So yeah, Seattle won that trade. That's all I'm saying. Like that was easy. I remember the Bucks and Gary Payton. It's crazy because I remembered it while it was going on, but when he went to LA, it kind of erased it for me in a way, if that makes sense. Like I had to go back and yeah, bro, I'm telling you, as far as the LA one, like I remember when it happened, as far as Ray Allen going to Seattle and all, because I thought that was a big thing. Like Ray Allen, where do you associate Ray Allen? Where is his career? Is it Seattle or is it Milwaukee? It's Seattle? Seattle?
I'd probably say Milwaukee.
So you think about Ray Allen more of Milwaukee?
Yeah, because of
he got game and all that stuff.
Yeah, because George, because George talks about him on Milwaukee.
Yeah, I feel like he got to his point
But when a lot of people when they talk about when Ray was at his best, like he's athletic, like he could take dudes off the dribble, punching on cats, it was when he was with Milwaukee.
Ooh, I feel
So
like
they
he's
kind of
better
bring
in
that up a lot.
Seattle.
No,
Because
no, no. Not
Milwaukee,
saying he.
he
No. I'm
wasn't
not saying he
really.
wasn't better. I'm just saying like when I think of Milwaukee,
I
I
got
think of
you as far as
Milwaukee,
the
and then
Real
like,
and
and which is crazy because it's like I think he did majority of his damage in Seattle. That's kind of
yes.
where he made a name for. I mean, he made a. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he
In
made a
Seattle,
name.
he became a shooter.
Ray,
Like he
yeah.
was a shooter
Oh,
already, but he became a
all around scorer. Because
just
remember,
a
he could score. He could
scorer.
shoot out the dribble and
Yes,
all. I mean, out the
but
dribble and all that.
he was
Yeah,
just shooting everywhere. Like I mean, the ultimate. He
yeah.
became like people think of Ray Allen with even with Boston or like
Boston.
with
Yeah,
Miami and all that stuff. Nah, in Seattle, Ray can get you 50. Like he was Steph Curry before
yeah.
Steph Curry. He was doing all that type of stuff at that moment, and I'm like, in Seattle and in Milwaukee, he was more of an all around guy. He was shooting the
Like he
ball.
can.
He was a great shooter and all that still, but he would go off
Well,
the
he
dribble
was
and punching on you and
more.
all that.
Yeah,
You feel
I
me?
think he had more
Like
of a balance in Seattle.
yes,
With like you can do it. Like I mean, okay, so
yes, he
okay,
had more of a
he's
balance in
more.
Seattle. Yes, yes. I'm sorry,
Well,
I thought you said
okay,
Milwaukee.
hold on, because I think everybody, I think his reputation started switching to more of a shooter in
In
Seattle. He could
Seattle,
still
yes,
take you off the dribble and off the bounce and all that, but I think
but he
it's
was
more
unstoppable.
60-40. It's more
He got his
60-40.
superpower. He found out his
Yeah,
superpower when he's in Seattle, and he
yeah.
started going to his superpower, which was shooting. He can still go off the dribble, layup. In Seattle, Ray Allen could do everything. Like I don't want you, Ray Allen was nice in Seattle, but like yeah, he was more dunking and all that stuff when he was in more athletic. I should say when he was in Milwaukee. But I feel like Big Dog was still taking some of his shine. Even Sam Cassell and all that stuff. Like they were more of a big three
Remember, he was still
around hoop.
young.
Yeah, I know he was young, but it was still around that. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't think that's the best version. That's not what I think about with Ray Allen. I think about Seattle Ray Allen when he was even with Rashard Lewis there. I never thought Rashard Lewis was better than Ray Allen.
Oh no.
You
Ray
feel
Allen
me?
was the
Like,
number one.
yeah,
Like I said,
on the big three in Milwaukee, they were like it was Big Dog really,
Big
maybe
Dog.
Ray Allen, and then even Sam Cassell sometimes though was being Big Game Sam and all that stuff. Like they were close enough. You feel me? As far as it was like Dirk, Steve Nash, and Finley at the beginning when Dirk and Steve Nash first got there around that the first couple years. That whole we close enough where it's cool. When he got to Seattle, I felt like Ray Allen was probably a top 10 player at some point when he was in Seattle. Like Ray Allen was nice. So that's what I think about with Ray Allen. But Gary Payton, though, to go back to him, I mean, he played and got his ring, bro, afterwards. So he tried to get it with LA. I was actually happy he didn't get it in LA. Him and Karl
Oh
Malone,
yeah, I
but
think everybody was.
then he got it with damn Miami, bro. Him, Antoine Walker, Jason Williams, all them dudes, bro.
James
Alonzo
Posey,
Mourning, James Posey, yeah, all them dudes, bro. Got that ring.
Adonis Haslam,
Adonis, I mean, he got more. So
Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. Hold up, Mike got one back there. Mike was there.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there the first time too.
Wait, no. Sorry, you're right. He did get one, but not with not that. Yeah,
not with that one. With the later one. I'm saying I don't think he was there the first time.
No, I'm thinking of my bad. I'm thinking of Jason Williams. He was on that team.
white chocolate.
Yeah, he was the backup. Who was the starting point guard? I thought Gary came off the bench.
No, Gary must have been starting.
Okay, I know.
Mike Bibby was Bibby there? No, Bibby didn't win.
Nah, he wasn't there. What's the boy name? Jason Williams. I know he came off the bench. So.
Yeah, Jason Williams. Right, it was one of them two.
Yeah, that's crazy.
One was start, one was on the bench.
All right, man. Let's see what we got next, bro. We got your favorite shooting guard, the guy who said he better than Kobe.
He didn't say T-Mac,
bro. Tracy McGrady from Orlando. He ended up all the way in San Antonio, man. His very, very last year. So this is how old Tracy McGrady got to San Antonio. Of course, he played for he was with Houston for a while. Then he went to New York, Detroit,
China.
Was he in Memphis?
Not as Vince Carter.
Okay, his cousin. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought there's one more team I'm missing. Detroit, New York,
China.
Well, I'm talking NBA wise.
He had Toronto before, then Orlando, then.
I'm talking. Who did he go to after Houston?
Then it was New York, right? Then it was Detroit. And then I think that was it. I think he was done
Okay.
at Detroit.
So San Antonio then, okay. So
Yeah.
Detroit to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
But check this out. Tracy McGrady joined the San Antonio Spurs during the 2012-13 NBA season after a stint in China. Now you talking about Chinese Basketball Association when the San Antonio coach Greg Popovich called him to fill a roster spot after the team waived Steven Jackson and needed bodies for the playoff push. McGrady signed with the Spurs just before the postseason roster deadline, accepting the invitation out of respect for Pop and the opportunity to play in the NBA Finals despite not being in shape and not expecting to play much. If he's playing in China, why he wasn't in shape?
Because he's playing in China.
So you don't gotta be in shape in China, I guess.
Bro, why you gotta keep going pause, man? You already knew where that punchline was going, and you just gotta. Yeah, that's what we saying, man. You hear it? Yeah, that's what he's saying. You don't gotta be in shape to play in China.
I'm confused, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? Get your butt in shape.
Why you think the punchline is for everybody when you about to leave the league to go to China?
Oh, I thought they lead the league to go to China because it's better.
Got you, Stephon Marbury. Yeah, bro. T-Mac didn't win a first round series. One time he wasn't there in Houston. They made it to the second round.
The jokes just keep coming today, bro. What's going on, bro? Leave them
man.
people alone, man.
T-Mac made it to the finals with San Antonio. That was the year the shot happened with Relle Allen. Almost had a champion.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Laugh, bro.
No, I was gonna laugh at you brought it up, but
that's messed up, man.
He said he was gonna take that ring too.
Yeah, he was.
He said because he felt like he didn't really contribute to it.
So let me ask you this: why he joined the team?
Because he probably thought he actually was gonna play.
So he joined the team just to be in a playoff team, to not accept the ring. And
so pretty much, that's not abnormal, right? Even Matt Barnes said the same thing. He actually played for Golden State.
Is Matt Barnes Tracy McGrady?
No, he's not.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to T-Mac though, and also hearing what he say right now about Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal and all that stuff. You don't think Tracy McGrady would accept that ring? Or you think he's just saying that now to make it sound better because they lost and saying I wouldn't have taken that ring anyway?
I'm trying to make sure I'm getting this right. You trying to equate him in year 20, not playing, to Kobe playing in not in his prime, the beginning of his peak career, being the catalyst for one of the reasons why they won championships. You comparing those rings?
Yes, because if Tracy McGrady didn't care about rings, then he wouldn't talk about it. Yes, I am. Because Tracy McGrady didn't care about his legacy and not having a ring and not being out the first round of the playoffs. He would not talk about it. So what I'm saying now is it all sounds like it's the save face that he said that, yeah, we'll never know because he didn't get the ring. But Tracy McGrady would have taken that ring, bro, and been like, I'm a champion. Hell yeah, he would have. Based off everything I heard Tracy McGrady say ever since then about his career and everything else, he would have accepted that ring and been a champion.
I think too with Tracy McGrady, what you said with the ring thing, I don't think it's more of just get a ring because they say you got a ring. I think as far as the ring leading to his legacy, which is why he kept saying, if I played in my prime back in 2000, like 2004 or whatever, I think that's more what he was talking about. I don't think it's more like, hey, I just give me a ring anyway. I don't care if I don't play. Just give me a participation trophy.
I'm telling you, I think the opposite, because as you said, he was, after he left Houston, where'd he go? So he went to New York, right? Was he good in New York?
Nope.
Okay, and he supposedly already knew he was going to play in the NBA, right?
And that's weird. I think that's around the time he hurt his back. His back was like really out of there.
His back was done in Houston, but his back was done at that point. So I'm just saying, was he good in New York? No, he wasn't good in New York, right? So he already knew he was playing in the league, so he would get in the best shape you would think possible, right? Okay,
or as he could.
Okay, do you think, was he good in Detroit?
Nope.
Okay, so when San Antonio called him up to be there, he thought out of nowhere he was going to transform back to Orlando Tracy McGrady and come help them win a championship.
I mean, listen, you see right here, he took whose spot?
I was going to get to that point. Steven Jackson is the guy. Why did they let go of Steven Jackson? But Greg Popovich didn't play no games with Steven Jackson.
I'm going to say, you know why he got rid.
Greg Popovich don't play no games with Steven Jackson. I'm like, at that point, Steven Jackson is better than Tracy McGrady. But Tracy McGrady's going to come back and beat Tracy McGrady and win a chip? Come on, bro. You knew he thought he was going to win the chip. San Antonio was going to win the chip that year. If it wasn't for the shot, T-Mac would have been a champion. No matter if he took the ring or not, at the end of the day, Jason Kidd is a champion. You feel me? Like,
oh no, yeah, he still would have been a champion.
he would have been a champion, and he'd have been like, bro, I'm a champion. He wanted to be a champion. It didn't happen. The shot happened, and that was it.
Yeah, he still would have been a champion. Ain't like nobody saying he ain't gonna be a champion. Like, yeah, you.
If he's not going to accept the ring, then he's not a champion.
I mean, yeah, he's still a champion. Like
Elgin Baylor champion.
No, he didn't. He wasn't there when they won.
But he retired the same year. He was playing in games, retired, and didn't accept the ring.
No, I thought he left the year before.
No, he was there. He retired, and then they won the championship.
No. Hold on.
Why?
Hold on. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Has anybody ever said that he's a champion? He retired halfway through the season. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying to you. He's not a champion. So why would Tracy McGrady still be a champion then?
He was on the roster.
He's giving away his ring. Oh, no, just because he's on the roster, I got you. Okay.
He at the end of the roster. You're talking about a guy who wasn't nowhere near the team when they actually played in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even on the roster.
All right.
Because I thought the dude retired before the season started.
Nah, he had the choice. Like, you know how Anderson Varejao and them can get the choice when you switch teams in between and you can get a ring and all because you technically were on the team. So you helped the team get the way they were supposed to be. And when he could have, and he did not accept the ring.
Because what's the name was going to get a ring? What's the boy name? When he going to get a ring or something like that? If we had won a championship or something, it was something crazy.
Something where he was on both teams. Somebody like that where he on both teams and they could have played. Yes, you can win a ring, but some people say no. I don't think they ever count the rings though when you get them like that though. Like I don't think they count them on your resume if you get them like.
I've never like heard people bring up debates and they be like, oh yeah, he's a champion too or whatever. Like I've never heard that before. That's why I said with the whole Elgin Baylor, I've never heard anybody say like actually Elgin Baylor. It's like, well, no, he retired before the season or whatever.
No, he started though. I damn near bet on it. He started the season and then he retired in the middle. No, I know you're not disagreeing with me. I'm saying I'm trying to tell you, I think he did start the season and retire, and then they won the chip. And he said they offered him the ring, and he said, "No, I don't want the ring because I wasn't there when y'all actually went through the grind and all that." And people don't say he's a champion. So if he'd have decided to take the ring, would he have been a champion?
That's one of the things you just saying. I don't think so.
So taking the ring makes you a champion, or being a part of the team, like you got to take the ring to be a champion. I know we're going on for time and all that, but like that makes you a champion.
Would they give him credit for that?
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think if you don't finish the year with the team, I don't think you go and
that's what I'm saying. I don't. We never seen that before, so it's hard to say like, yeah, that would be the case. We never seen it before. Like I think we would have to see somebody do it, and then be like, okay, if that's the case, then I guess you got to count it.
Because even Anderson Varejao, he didn't accept the ring. You feel me?
See, I don't count if he didn't play. You won't even know where near the team though.
You were. He was on both of them. He was on both teams. You feel what I'm saying? That year he played for Golden State and Cleveland. Yeah.
So you talking about the year Cleveland came back?
Cleveland won. Yes, I think Anderson Varejao got traded. I believe in the middle of the season.
Yeah, he did. He did. And then like because that's what I'm saying. You played against the team that you supposed to get the ring for, and you lost. Like you was on a whole different team.
You getting no credit though as being a guy to help that team though.
Do you give I'm gonna give you an example. Did you give Porzingis credit for the Mavs getting to the finals?
We ain't ran a ring. if
I'm just saying, like
no. I mean he kind of did give us credit because he got a Spencer Dinwiddie to get to the Eastern Conference. You feel me? Like to the Western Conference Finals. But say we'd have won the chip that year though, right? With Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
If Kristaps would have accepted a ring, is he a champion? Would he have been a champion then?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so.
No. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm with you. I don't think so. If they don't end the season on the team,
you won on that team hosting the trophy up. Yeah, like
that's why I'm saying T-Mac joined the San Antonio Spurs in the playoffs to be on a team at the end of the season that has a ring so that he could be an NBA champion. That's what I felt like T-Mac was doing.
No, I think he was too, but I think what he was trying to say was I think he wanted to be a reason, kind of one of the reasons why, like they won a championship. Like say Corey Brewer did more for the Mavs than T Mac did for the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? But this is what we do. We say, hey, Corey Brewer, champion. He was out here locking up Kobe or whatever. You had some kind of you
Brewing a lot.
you contribute some kind of way or whatever, right? Like
If
I don't
Tracy
think
McGrady would have contributed the same way Corey Brewer do, you think he'd have been saying, all right, you know what? I was out here being T-Mac, yeah. Out there locking up Kobe for 1 quarter, for 2 seconds. Did it. Like, come on, man. Tracy McGrady knew at that point his back was done. Like, that's why part of the reason he wasn't in shape because of his back. I know they're like this is part of this is what LeBron does as well, bro. Like, players are players. They like to dictate the media and what people say and all that stuff. T-Mac is saying, he did a blatant form of ring chasing. Now we trying to say I wouldn't have taken the ring if we'd have won. Then why'd you sign with the team?
I don't think nobody mad at him for ring chasing at
No,
the age of
nobody's mad at him. I think he's trying to. So
36.
again, just the same thing like LeBron. Nobody's mad at Bron. They just control narrative. It's like, bro, nobody cares. You feel me? Like, it ain't that serious, T-Mac. We understand. Like, we understand what you did, and you didn't get the first round. That's still gonna be attached to you. If you'd have won that ring, you just would have been a champion. It wouldn't have changed nothing. Like, certain rings don't change anything. You'd have been a champion, but it would not have changed your legacy.
Is Mitch Richmond the champion?
Yes, but it does not change his legacy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so Mitch Richmond is, when you think about Mitch Richmond, you don't think about championships.
Nah.
He got a championship on a team, but him as his guy, would he want to be thought about as being a bus driver or whatever when he was on the team doing that? He wasn't championship level. That's no knock.
What about Glenn Rice?
Glenn Rice more of a champion than
I'm about to say
Mitch Richmond.
Yeah, you saw what Glenn was doing.
He more of a champion than Mitch Richmond. Yes, he's a champ. I mean, both of them champs. Both of them champs. But
like, he actually was like the third option for the Lakers when they had him.
Glenn Rice should have always been like that type of option. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lower option on the team. Mitch Richmond, I'm grading him as a number 1 option, if that makes sense. So Glenn Rice is like okay for what he did. Mitch is still a better player than Glenn Rice overall. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just grading it on a number 1 scale, which I thought Mitch Richmond could possibly be. I never thought Glenn Rice was going to be a number 1 that lead a team to a championship or something like that.
No. Yeah, he like a number at best. Maybe a number 2.
Number 3. Yeah. Keep it real.
Number 3.
I mean, he's gonna be a number 2 on what team winning the championship? Would he have been?
Miami.
Okay. You can keep moving.
Allen Iverson, man.
The answer.
He went from the 76. Actually, he went from the 76ers to Detroit, but ended up in Memphis. This is the matter of fact. This is last year. This is when he
went from the 76ers to. Didn't he go to Denver first?
Yeah, he went to Denver first, then Detroit,
then Memphis. Didn't he go back? Did he go back to Philly? Yeah, I think he went back to Philly.
Yeah,
he did the back to Philly, like I said earlier, when he went back and signed just to end his career. Scottie Pippen did too with Chicago, didn't he?
Chicago, yeah, he did. I remember that. I think Pippen did that in like 2003 or something. He went back that 1 year with Iverson ended up on the Grizzlies back in 2009 by signing a 1-year, $3.1 million contract after his career declined with the Detroit Pistons, and he struggled to find a team that would offer him a starting role. Iverson hoped for a chance to compete for a championship, saw the Grizzlies as a potential destination, and expressed his excitement to join the organization, although he would only play 3 games for the team before leaving due to disagreement with his role. I do remember this.
Yeah. I hated the way AI career went out, bro. But it sucks. That's the way that's how short guards go out. If you're not like a short guard that actually win the chip. Like, that's usually how, look at your boy, Isaiah Thomas. They waited for a reason. He was a short guard, and they said they waited for a reason. And bro, now you're expendable now. and that's how Allen Iverson got, bro. It was trash, but he wore a few jerseys before he got out of there, but don't matter. He already overachieved. He was the answer in Philadelphia. He is who he is. This is just trivia question stuff.
I heard some people say if he had accepted that 6-man role, he could have played longer.
Maybe, but
So
he should have got him with LeBron. I always said that. I said that for the longest. Allen Iverson should have been with LeBron instead of Melo. He should have been with Bron. I remember telling BA that back in the day, and we see what happened when Bron got Kyrie.
you talking about older AI? You talking about when he went to Denver AI?
I'm talking when he went to Denver AI. Even that point, like at that point, I think AI being a number 2 to LeBron being that dude running the point and all that stuff would have been fine for Allen Iverson. It took a pressure off of him, just like it did for Kyrie Irving.
Could just let him go out there and be a straight killer. Yeah, man, he probably should have. I think if he accepted that role, man, he probably. I think he retired. Well, he left the league in like 31.
Yeah,
he was still young. Yeah, so
he was beat up though, but he was young.
Yeah, probably accepted a certain role. He just, you know how it is, man. Them players, they've been great for so long. They've been franchised, the cornerstones, the centerpieces for so long. They couldn't really see themselves being nothing else.
We talking about practice.
We talking about practice, bro. Talking about practice. But yeah, of course, too. Where did he go after this, King?
After Memphis, he went. All right, let's next slide, bro. Don't do that. You the one. See, you getting shots over there, nah, bro. I ain't talking about it.
This ain't even a shot. Where did he go after this?
Didn't he go overseas to China?
Nope. I mean, he did go to overseas, but where did he go? What was he known for as soon as he left here?
He went to the Big 3. What else?
There you go.
Man,
he went to the Big 3
for a game.
For a game.
The one game that he played for like a half or something like that, and then said, "I'm out." He's like a player coach out there. Then he left and went overseas. I thought you were talking about. I didn't even count that one. Dang, you'll count the one game. But then after that, he went over. I thought he went to China, didn't he?
Remember when he went over there to the Big 3 when it kind of blew up. Like, yo, we got Iverson over here.
Yeah, they got.
He helped with exposure and all that stuff. But
if Iverson would have been playing though, but Iverson wasn't in the shape and all playing no more. No, but I was expecting. I was like, damn, Iverson about to be in this league again. That'd have been awesome because Big 3, half court, more closer to 1-on-1. You feel me? 3-on-3. That'd have been Allen Iverson like cup of tea and all that stuff. I was ready, but I wasn't ready to play that game, bro. Like they gave so much their body to the league, bro.
Well, I'm about to say, okay, that makes
sense. One of the toughest dudes. To AI Kobe, like AI probably pound for pound the toughest guy to ever play in the game. Like AI used to be, bro. Even his MVP, I remember they used to have like put up on the screen all the injuries he was going through and all that stuff, right?
They showed that, like Operation. They showed
like Harden would be like highlighting everything on the chart, saying he hurt here, this, and this. I'm like, damn. So
and still plays 60 minutes in a 48-minute game.
Yeah, getting you 35.
Like, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to AI, man. It's one of my favorite players growing up. All right, man. Let's see who we got next here, bro. Who do we got next? Oh man, we're going old school on this one, King. So check this out. Going George Iceman Gervin, man. Of course, he was known for the San Antonio Spurs from the ABA to the NBA, and then went to the Bulls. Shout out to Jordan. They talked about this before.
I tell him about this, yep.
George Gervin was traded to the Chicago Bulls from the San Antonio Spurs right before the 85-86 season as the Spurs looked to move on, and he was no longer a younger player. Dang, in his prime, bro. The trade occurred because of a contract dispute and falling out with new head coach Cotton Fitzsimmons. I remember him, who had reportedly planned to relegate Gervin to a bench role. In exchange, the Spurs received for David Greenwood. That's King's favorite forward of all time.
Yep.
Man, you know what's crazy? So George talked about this. Well, I remember the story. Yeah, I'm with you. George talked about this. I think they said I forgot. I think they asked him a question like, "Who's that one player that you wish you could have played with?" And he mentioned George Gervin. Said, "I wish I could have played with George Gervin when he was younger."
Yeah, that's what I be telling folks. I think I asked you that before. Who was the second best player before Scottie Pippen? And I was like, was it Charles Oakley or George Gervin? Because George Gervin was at the end of his career and all.
We said it might have been
Period.
Charles Oakley at that point and all that. Like, so yeah, this was George Gervin in his career. Another trivia question. I found this out by playing NBA 2K years ago when I was a kid. I ain't gonna lie to you. I playing one of the classic teams and all that. So I was like, oh, George Gervin was on the Bulls. I went back and looked it up, and I was like, oh, George Gervin was on the Bulls today.
Bro, you know what's crazy? This is one of them cases where this is the perfect case for this topic. This is one of them cases where I did not know he played for the Bulls. I thought he was with the Spurs his whole entire career, bro. So when I learned about this, I learned this from a Jordan interview. And I was like, yo, he played with George Gervin, but then, like you said, he wasn't in his prime no more. He was an older player. And so they felt like he was expendable then. They go ahead and get rid of him. Excuse me, send him to Chicago. That's 85, 86. I know Jordan was kind of hitting his stride there around that time.
Be that dude.
So, yeah.
He was already like leading the league in scoring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let the league score 10 times out of 13 years. So, but yeah. So, yeah, that was crazy to me, man, when I heard this. And Jordan brought that up. Said he wish he could have played when he was younger, bro. That's crazy. Just imagine George Gervin, bro. Prime George Gervin and Jordan, bro.
I mean,
that would have been stupid.
It'd have been stupid offensively. It'd have been better offensively than Mike and Scotty, but it wouldn't have been as good defensively.
Hey, George ain't no bad defender.
He ain't Scottie Pippen.
Who else is Scottie Pippen?
I'm just saying, did you see him on that list? Was he on any of them lists we had the other day?
There's a lot of people that went on that list.
All right, then Scottie Pippen was the one on damn near all the lists we had.
Who else is Scottie Pippen? There's not a lot of Scottie Pippens out there. It was why he's considered the greatest defender of all time.
Kawhi Leonard.
So you named 2 out of
Michael Jordan.
Out of 20,000.
Gary Payton.
So is Scottie Pippen better than Jordan?
Didn't I just tell you last time on the other show? I said I'm contemplating switching Jordan and Pippen when he had Jordan and hit a Pippen. I said to give Pippen something and all. I said, oh, you know what? But Jordan got a DPOY and all that, so I'm gonna keep him right there. But if I was choosing, I think if I was selecting and you asked me the question and you said, hey man, who the best defenders and all that stuff, I would have chose Scottie Pippen before I chose
right?
Michael
Jordan. That's what I was talking about. There's not a lot of Scottie Pippens out there. There's a lot of people who were compared to Scottie Pippen who didn't live up to Scottie Pippen. I got the one example I always bring up is Stacey Augmon. I thought Stacey Augmon was going to be Scottie Pippen Jr. the 5th.
Thought everybody thought that, huh?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I take that back. Stacey Augmon's not a bad defender. He was a very, very good defender. He just wasn't Scottie Pippen, bro.
Nah, he wasn't.
He's to me, he's kind of I would say like a Trevor Ariza type player on defense.
Yes, that's a good comparison. Trevor Ariza, Tayshaun Prince.
That's who he has to remind me of. That's who Trevor Ariza kind of reminded me of, like that Stacey Augmon type player.
I agree. But, that's a good comparison. Great comparison, actually.
But yeah, like I said, I didn't even know nothing about this. I had no idea. So like I said, when I saw the interview with Jordan, he brought that up. I was like, wow, you played with George Gervin. That's crazy, bro.
You got Magic Johnson in the Celtics. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
You say, can I imagine Magic Johnson on the Celtics?
No. I said, do you have that Magic Johnson on the Celtics jersey? I was joking there.
I was about to say, bro. I thought you were saying like them together. Oh, let me ask you a question. Somebody brought this up on the podcast. Who's better if they played on the same team? Magic Johnson or Larry Bird?
Why you ask me that? I tell you every time with conviction. I think Larry Bird is a better, if we choose it in a vacuum of one season and saying, hey, I'm going Larry Bird. I think Larry Bird was more skilled than Magic Johnson. Now he's saying that out loud, but I think Larry Bird was, I think Larry Bird was just better at the game of basketball than Magic Johnson. When we checking the boxes, Larry Bird checks more boxes than Magic Johnson, and he's close enough to him in the boxes that he doesn't outcheck him at. Like I tell people, if when Magic was the best passer in the league, Larry Bird was arguably the second best passer in the league behind Magic Johnson. So,
and it wasn't like light years either.
Yeah, like that's Magic Johnson was incredible, but Larry Bird was incredible doing the same thing, and then other stuff. So, I think in a vacuum, I would choose Larry Bird, but over their careers and all, what happened, Magic Johnson gets the nod, obviously, for most people.
I agree. All right, man. Last but not least, man, you already know who it is. You already know who it is. Michael B. Jeffrey Jordan, bro. The GOAT. So, of course, you know he went from the Bulls to the Wizards. We already know how this went down here. So, Michael Jordan.
I get my jersey.
Okay, man, stop showing off. Michael Jordan played for the Wizards to quench his lingering competitive desire and to help revitalize the struggling franchise as both a player and a team executive. Yeah, team executive. Additionally, he donated his entire salary to help victims of the September 11th, 2001 attacks,
Yeah, I'm talking about definitely.
marking, yeah, okay, marking his return about more than just basketball, but a philosophical effort as well. Listen, King, when you said that I was about to bring, well, I wasn't about to bring that up, but when you said that, I started thinking to myself, there was a lot of stuff that Jordan did that a lot of people don't know about. And I read this, it was an article I read a while back. This guy was talking about how, you know, how we always see, oh, this person donated this or whatever, or they opened this up or whatever. And this guy was saying that Jordan would do a lot of stuff and didn't want anybody to really know. One of the things he did, somebody brought it up like 10 years later that he did it. And nobody knew. I forgot what it was. It was, he paid for somebody something. I forgot what it was. And the guy was like, yeah, because somebody who was like real close to Jordan was like, yeah, he just never wanted nobody to know. Like he felt like that's not something you should be bragging about. It's just something that
Nah,
if you have it, you know,
you
you
help.
give it away.
No need to
Yeah.
brag. It'll find its way around.
I
That's how I
forgot what
feel.
it was. I read that, bro. I was like, that's crazy. Whatever it was, I was like, oh, damn, I didn't even know that.
He did something recently with hospitals and all that. I think it was opening just like not too long ago
Yeah, he
during
did that
COVID
for
and
like
all that
years
stuff.
ago or whatever. Yeah.
COVID and all that. Yeah, I think he was doing some stuff, and I was like, "Damn, Mike, okay."
But did he do it like in Africa or something? Or no, was it North Carolina?
I thought it was here. I thought it was in the States and all. He was doing the hospitals maybe with COVID and all. He
Yeah.
was doing something major, but yeah, bro. Like a couple things. One, I wanted Mike to get the. I never was a Wizards fan. Like seriously, I've never been a Wizards fan. I've always felt like, damn, they took. Like
Why you not hometown fan, bro? What's going on?
when we were younger, they used to play one game still back at the Baltimore Arena. Like they would come here and play one game, and because they were Baltimore Bullets and all before, so they would do that. Then they stopped doing that. They made it a preseason thing. Then they stopped doing that as well. So I
Altogether.
was like, they just don't mess with us no more. They took away the name completely. They just rebranded. No more Bullets, no more nothing. So I was like, and plus we already kind of had a Baltimore DC kind of rivalry thing here. So let them be. They are who they are. But when Mike was there, though, like I said, they show every game here because I'm basically in the same area. And I wanted Mike to get to the playoffs badly. I was like, damn, Mike, come on, get there. And I thought he was going to get there. Actually, both years, I thought he was going to get there. Second year, I thought he could get there. But the knee, yeah, definitely said, because he had, what was that, Rip Hamilton the first year, and then Jerry Stackhouse the second year he had with him. And I thought he had a chance to get there, but knee said, no. Let me ask you this question, though. And shout out to Braun on this one. You know, the GOAT is Jordan. You think that pickup game had anything to do with Jordan not returning again the next year?
Nah.
A pickup game that they supposedly had with supposedly where Ronald Tessner was saying that Braun was a young guy and was dominating and all. You think Jordan may have said, okay, it's
Jordan's competitive? I don't think so, because you know I think he would have took the challenge. I really think them knees would not let him, bro.
Okay.
Bro, they drained his knees for 2 straight years.
I know.
Bro.
I know. But I'm just saying, having Braun and seeing Braun what he did in that, knowing the Jordan competitive nature, and knowing that Braun had supposedly did what Braun did. He a young guy, though. Like, I don't take that as, you know, people be trying to, oh my God, Braun came in here and ran the guys up and down. Like, Braun was Braun at 18 years old, and Jordan and them were 40-something years old. He should be out running them up and down the court. But
matter of fact, we're doing 41 at this time.
Yes, and Braun was 17, 18. You feel what I'm saying? Like 17, I think it was.
13, I think 13 or something.
So if Braun was doing that, though, that'll make you think, knowing Jordan and all and his competitive nature, that he would have took that on as a challenge to maybe come back. It's knowing that this guy's supposed to be chosen one, and they calling him, and I seen him at the pickup game.
Yeah, I think if circumstances were different, he probably would have. I just think the knees would not let him. Because look at his numbers and stuff, and his me too. Look at his numbers and stuff that next year from that first year he came back to that second year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was,
he got just that first year. He had like almost 23, I think 22 or something. Second year, he had just that 20. He was just at like 20 on the nose.
So he's averaged more than 20 his whole career. He never got lower than 20. But yeah, no, I think it's like, if you just look at the numbers and stuff, he could do it, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I think that was, you know, that was part of it though.
I think if
there was a
LeBron
little part of it like, oh, that dude young. Let's just get out of here right now before it becoming a little bit too more embarrassing because of these knees. You feel what I'm saying? Like these young pups, Kobe dropping 55 on me and all now. Here come this dude, LeBron and all. Maybe take a step back and all. It's about time for me to really call it quits.
Kobe
I'm
did
not
drop
saying it's like
55.
a punk move or nothing like that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying like just the regular mind of a human being. Like, damn, I'm a little old
Man,
here.
if my knees was back in 2000, I mean in 97, bro.
Exactly. We'd even got 97, 98 Jordan, bro, against them in 03 or something. Oh, my goodness. That'd have been an incredible year. 03 would have been one of the, like, years people just talked about forever.
Man, what do you think caused his knees to do that?
So, a few things. I don't think Jordan was the most, like, body-heavy guy when he wasn't doing basketball. I think his competitive nature caused him to be, like, him to take his body seriously. But once he didn't do that, so when he took the time away after that 98, because even that second three-peat, Jordan was, I don't want to say he was chunky, but he was the heaviest he had been at that point. You feel what I'm saying? Like he was getting to that point. Then I feel like after that, he just took time, gambled, chilled, was drinking, doing what he do, and all being Michael Jordan. Had the itch to come back, and it was like, bro, you old. You ain't been doing this forever. You don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah,
And his knees
especially
started giving up.
3 years, bro.
He kept taking breaks too. He kept starting and stopping. Think about it. Like you stop for 2 years, come back and play competitive at the highest level. You feel me?
Bro,
Like
so you think if he had lost some, like got back down to his like natural playing weight, which is what about 210, 215?
15, too late, too
Too
old,
late.
too old about it. Because the weight helped him with the
I
second half of
always,
his career with the fadeaways and all. Like his body in Washington, that's what he used was the weight. You feel me? That
yeah.
was his whole thing. So nah, it was just
He played small forward in Washington.
yes, that was just the way he was. It was just the way he's supposed to go out. Not to like say he went out, but you feel it's Jordan, bro. Like gotta go out at some point. You feel me? Like he went out at 41, putting up 20, and now people want to jump for LeBron. Who cares? Neither one of them dudes can be bus drivers at that point. So you feel me? Like, who cares?
You said he built like Paul Pierce when he played for the Washington.
He wasn't as bad as Paul. He was he so Jordan in his Wizards days was built like Paul Pierce in his best days.
I thought you were gonna say he was never mind. I'm gonna say Michael Finley, but no, because he's about Finley's weight. Finley's about 235, bro. And he played for the
Finley, I feel like Finley wasn't like the one like chunky though. Pause. He was Finley was stocky. Pause. You feel me? It was off of 2 feet.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I said Paul Pierce.
Yeah, Paul Pierce always was a donut away. You feel me? And I think he even said it himself. You feel me? Like, like he was always a donut away. He a Luka Doncic type dude and all that stuff. That's what Paul Pierce.
Hey, he still say he the greatest scorer of all time, bro.
Bro, Paul, I do think Paul Pierce is one of the most underrated players of all time.
Oh yeah, he is.
Bro, Paul Pierce used to cook dudes, yo. Like I mean, one-on-one.
People don't like. That's why I hate when I say like a Paul Pierce or a Charles Barkley or something like that. People look at them now and say, "Ain't no way in the world they could have did this and that." Bro, them dudes was monsters, bro. When he actually was on the court, ignore the off the court stuff, the antics and all the crazy stuff they be saying, bro. These dudes, we talk about Charles Barkley all the time, bro. Like you said, you talk about him being possibly the second best player in the league. And I heard a story of Charles Barkley talking about Chuck Daly even saying he was the second best player in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So the dude was a beast, man. Like I said, Paul Pierce, one of the clutch players in the league, all that stuff. You know, you saw what he did in the finals and all that. Like the dude was a beast, bro. Like I just don't want people to just look at him now and like this dude be saying some wild stuff.
Even old with the Wizards and all, like he was hitting game winners and all. Like Paul Pierce, bro, that's what he do. Paul, I remember when he was looking Al Hearns in the face.
Cover that game when he hit the dink.
When he said, "I called game," they actually called bank, and he said, "I called game" and all that. But
no, I thought you talking about the one where he hit that. Was that the Wizards or was that the Clippers? He hit that game winner, but they come to find out it didn't count. Remember that?
That was the Clippers. That was
the Clippers. Point one away or something like that. I was like,
that was the Clippers afterwards when he did it, and they said it didn't count. When he said you ain't when what's the name was saying you ain't Kobe and all that. But
he so did.
But who higher on the totem pole? Damn, you got me keep switching this conversation. Who higher on the totem pole? Paul Pierce or Draymond Green?
Oh, Paul Pierce.
Okay, just making sure. All right. Next of us, I remember the play though. It was Paul Pierce. I think it was Al Harrington on the Indiana Pacers for a game winning where he's pointed to where he was going to go, told him, sized him up, and did it.
This right here.
Yep. It was just looking at him, so I'm about to go right there, hit you, whack up, game over. Paul Pierce was nice, bro. Paul Pierce.
That's when he started talking about he's the one who invented the step back.
Yeah. I mean, Paul Pierce did do the step back and all that, bro. Like Paul Pierce's game was nice, bro.
Step back on that game.
Nice. He really didn't have a team until he got like two things can be true at the same time. I tell folks that all the time. He was riding. He had Anton Walker, your boy, for a second.
Oh, which one you talking about? Number 8 or number 88?
It's number 8.
Oh, okay.
That Anton Walker.
88, though.
All-star Anton Walker.
Little shimmy.
The Anton Walker, but we had 2 dudes on the team that were donut away. And that became the issue.
He was in Boston. Maybe he came to Dallas. He slimmed down because they wanted him to be more of a not a 3. Was he a 3?
He let me down, bro. Anton Walker let me down. I wasn't the biggest Anton Walker. I thought he was like did some knucklehead type things on the court and all that stuff, like shots in Boston. And when he came to Dallas, I was like, damn, maybe he's still Anton Walker. But I'm thinking, he still can get you 20 points and make the All-Star game. So you thinking all of that, like Antoine Jameson, all them 20s and all that. Okay, we about to do this. Anton Walker let me down in the Mavericks, man.
Was Antoine Jameson a 3 or a 4?
Jameson should have been a 4. He was undersized 4.
There you go. Yep, I agree. But yeah, man. We've been rambling like a mug.
It's a good conversation, though.
Yeah, I love these conversations. Like I said, when I found this, I was like, yeah, we got to talk about this. This is crazy. Because the George Gervin one for sure, I was like, I knew that now when we did this, but when I heard George talking about it, I was like, yo, I did not know he played for the. That's definitely one of them cases where you would think like, oh, he played for the Spurs his whole career, bro. Like you got to be my pop's age or something to know that he played for the Bulls, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like really know. You know what I'm saying?
Told you, 2K, bro. 2K back in my 20s, I think I found out probably that Mike played with George Gervin.
So he played with George Gervin, Orlando Warwick. He didn't play with Reggie Theus because he got traded for Theus. Well, technically he didn't get traded for him, but he traded Theus to make room for Jordan.
To make room for Jordan.
Yeah.
He said he cooked him when he saw him, though.
You seen Reggie Theus on that show? Playing on that.
Reggie, the thing is, bro, that's you know that when you like fans of a team, because Reggie Theus was nice.
Yeah, he was.
They were like,
I'm just joking.
So the Mavericks are hoping that the same situation with like a Reggie Theus happens with them right now. Like you got a player and you like, damn, because they thought Reggie Theus was that dude. So when they lost Reggie Theus, it was like, damn, y'all traded Reggie Theus. It was like, oh, we got Michael Jordan though. Oh, bye Reggie Theus. We don't even care about you no more.
Who Reggie Theus? Sacramento?
One in Sacramento, yeah. I think it was Sacramento.
Sacramento. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they think the same thing. Like, bro, they better hope the next player is like that guy to make you forget about him. Because if not, Reggie Theus was nice, and people don't like. Nobody cares about. I want to say this the most respectful way ever. I don't mean it like that. Nobody cares about him. There's not a lot of youngsters and all that know about Reggie Theus though, because Michael Jordan basically kind of erased him. So you made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. You right? You feel me?
That's why I didn't want to disrespect him. He was good, but you know what I'm saying.
He said what he said high score is what he said took the game, stretched your name, extra name out, put jig on top. That's what Michael Jordan did to Reggie Theus. So it was but Reggie Theus is nice though. But that Reggie Theus Sacramento jersey tough though. Them Sacramento jerseys in general be tough though. Can I find that Mitch Richmond half and half one? That's
bro, why are you trying to get Mitch Richmond? Why don't you get the greatest Sacramento player of all time, Kenny Smith, bro? Come on, don't do that.
I thought you was gonna, you know what I thought you were going to say? Ooh. I should say Vlade Divac.
I knew what you was going to say. Like you said you thought I was going to say. I thought you was
going to say Vlade Divac, bro.
They do have a Vlade Divac jersey, though.
They should. Vlade Divac and like the Sacramento Hall of Fame as well. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is. I think they got a Vlade Laker jersey too, I think.
Why don't the Lakers have his statue?
Because he broke all his records over in FIBA.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know who else broke them records though? Playback.
Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get to these questions and comments, King.
Sponsored by True Classic.
The most interesting customer came into True Classic today. A young man came in right when the doors opened and said he had a job interview in just 30 minutes. The challenge, or so he thought, he had about $150 to work with. Now, in most places, that's a fancy shirt, maybe some nice socks. But at True Classic, when you add more, you save more. So not only did I set him up with a pair of our 4-way stretch chinos, not only did I set him up with one of our white button-down shirts, I even helped him complete the look with one of our coach's jackets. All for just $130. So he found his fit, looked great for his interview, and I'm pretty sure he got the job too. That's true value.
The values is true.
Shout out to DDP and True Classic. All right, we got Daniel Berry in the house. Make sure to check out his channel, y'all, for all highlights, all sports highlights. He says, happy Monday. Hey, everyone. What up, Daniel Berry?
What up?
Hey, we got Zashawn in the house. He's now a Glow Yard member. He says, facts. Probably was talking to me. He says, facts. Jordan got the DPOY because he is Jordan. Scotty deserved the DPOY on multiple occasions, yeah. So I said, I would.
Yeah, that talk last week.
I told you, the moment I always point to when I say about when they ask you who's the better defender is game 1, 1991 finals. What's his name? Magic Johnson with the triple double against Michael Jordan, saying you're too small. And after that, they said, you know what?
Lock them up 4 straight.
Scotty, your time, Scotty. And Scotty said, I got you. My time.
You said gentleman sweep?
Yeah. Scotty Pippen sweep after that, basically. He swept. He said, damn, Scotty swept Magic. So Sean said, don't want to take away from Jordan, though, just saying Scotty was a more valuable defender. No, it ain't. We understand what you're saying, Sean.
Yeah, not saying that's kind of like what we were talking about the other day. We're not saying that one is better, one's good, one's trash. We're just saying, yeah. we're arguing amongst great defenders of all time. Like, Scotty's more versatile. You know what I'm saying? Like, John Stockton is a good defender, but who's a better defender, John Stockton or Hakeem Olajuwon?
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, that take away from John Stockton being a great defender, though.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean that, like you say, Michael Jordan is worse than Scottie Pippen or so. Like, all around, we know Michael Jordan a different level than Scottie Pippen, but we trying to give Scotty his flowers, and he was great, a defender. He was one of the best defenders of all time. He also says, I was an Antoine Walker fan as well, and yes, Pierce was great. Yeah, I hated, maybe they were on a different team, bro. I hated they were on the Celtics too. I hated that shimmy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Man. Hey, I used to play with them on live back in the day.
I hated Antoine
Walker. How could the power president Antoine Walker, bro?
I hate guys that take dumb shots.
Say, man,
that's why I'm always yelling. That's why I always yelled about Luka with the percentage and all that stuff. I hate dumb shots because they're dumb possessions. Like, when you take care of the ball.
You said take her home, no Dave Foster?
Yeah, bro. I'm really about taking care of the basketball, smart possession, and smart basketball. Like, you should not. That's why I don't like when Boogie Cousins was shooting under 50%. I don't like when Joel Embiid shooting under 50%. Like, bro, you a center. Value your possessions. We should be able to pass the ball into you and damn near guarantee a basket. Why are you shooting under 50%?
Not everybody can be Dirt King. Listen, man, we appreciate everybody rocking with your boys for another episode, man. We definitely appreciate it, man. Glad you guys are here. Hit that subscribe button, and if you're new to the channel, man, we do all kind of conversations like this in the NBA, man. We definitely got more on the way. We'll be here again on Wednesday, so you guys can join us here for that. Also, too, everybody hit them likes for us tonight, man. Help us get them likes up as we continue to try to work this algorithm, man, to find more fans like yourself of the NBA. Also, too, follow us. Or should I say, hit that join button next to the subscribe button, man. If you want to become a member of the channel, like Sean there, he says we have games, or should I say, shows every Friday morning for the members of the channel. So you guys can follow us here every Friday morning for the members. We have shows with them. They come up here on the stage and they get to conversating about whatever topic is going on that week. Also, too, man, follow me on my other channel, Cause We Geeked, where we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. Got this shirt on for a reason, man. That Mandalorian trailer just dropped today, so we're gonna probably talk about that tomorrow.
All right, got my Jimi Hendrix shirt on for a reason too. I don't know what the reason is yet, but
somebody else trying to copy me. Trying to copy me.
Why y'all at it, man? Follow me on We Talk Combats. Myself, Queen, BA, Travis, and sometimes Devin. He's been on there for like 4 shows now. He's on the street. But check us out. We talk all things combat sports and entertainment. We had a show yesterday. Nice show. We reviewed.
Take some time out and put permanently.
Basically, he's basically about to be a permanent guy. I don't want to put his business on blast, but I was maybe I was going to say, WrestlePalooza yesterday. We covered WrestlePalooza. You know what's crazy? I'm actually kind of happy that WWE is on ESPN now because they're not really a sport, but they want to get treated like a sport, so they get reviewed like a sport now. So maybe the product will be better now because they're not saying the fans are only talking about them. ESPN giving them money though. So at the end of the day, if ESPN giving out money and saying you're giving out trash content, you got to do something to want them to give you another contract, right?
Yeah, good point.
I'm just saying. So,
you don't like ESPN, but are you gonna watch them to kind of see how they cover them? No,
okay. I'll see that online. As far as I found out the guy that covers like MMA and all that. I think his name is Andreas or something like that. Andreas Hale or something that does ESPN for their guy for that. So I just basically follow him on social media to get his takes and all from him. I'm gonna stay with me ESPN, try my hardest too. But yeah, follow us there on We Talk Combat, y'all. Share, share more. Share. Please help us out. We're trying to get to our next goal of 5K subscribers over here. Please help us out as well because the new season is right around the corner. So if you are an NBA fan like Zashawn or anyone else, I know he says his whole office watches us. We appreciate you with that one. But share this to your fellow fan, fellow man or woman or whatever. Just somebody, man, that was a fan of the NBA that would like these type of conversations. We're going to cover all 30 teams. We're going to show them in playback. We're going to do reviews on the games and all type of stuff. So be here when the season starts. But please help us by sharing our name out to everyone else. We appreciate you guys.
And we might have an announcement on Wednesday. We might have a special show Friday for everybody. So we're still trying to get that together. So we'll let you guys know. So just tune in here on Wednesday, man. Same time we have tonight. Join us for another conversation. Members, join us on Fridays, as y'all already know. So listen, man, with all that being said, it's your boy Relle. Got King in the building. This is Cap and Crown. When we talk about all things NBA related, new, old, hot takes, debates, whatever it is, man, we here for it. So listen, man, with all that being said, we back. Same Cap Time, same Crown channel.
No cap.
Cap and Crown, let's see.
Michael B. Jordan, the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. Killmonger.